Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Nist admits this person should have been her Golden Bachelor secret advisor after heartbreaker Jerry Turner ruined reputation. The Golden Bachelor star Nist admitted that her grandson, Henry, should have been her secret advisor during her time with Jerry Turner after a game of Guess Who revealed that he's good at picking out suspicious faces. Jerry and Teresa got engaged at the end of the Golden Bachelor Season 1 and got married shortly after in a live televised event called the Golden Wedding. However, just 3 months later, they announced that they were getting divorced because they couldn't decide where to live because neither one of them wanted to leave their family. In an Instagram post, Teresa shared 2 videos of herself and her grandson Henry playing a game of Guess Who. She captioned the post, "Does your person have a suspicious face?" Henry asks me this question in the fun game of Guess Who and proceeds to guess the right person, Eric. I have no idea how he determined who looked suspicious and, more importantly, who didn't. In the comments section of the post, Instagram user bdesigns wrote, "He should have been your secret advisor on GB, laughing emoji. We always say ask a 12-year-old, our granddaughter. Prob more like a 5-year-old nowadays, shocked face emoji, red heart emoji, kids are so smart." Teresa responded, "So true. Kids have all the answers." Although Teresa didn't explicitly say the words, it's funny to make the connection between her grandson being able to pick out suspicious faces and her time on the Golden Bachelor with Jerry. Her fan is implying that, if Henry had been her secret advisor during the show, he would have been able to help her realize that Jerry was probably going to break her heart because he could recognize him as a suspicious character. Teresa's admission that she should have had a secret advisor indicates that she might have regrets about jumping into marriage with Jerry so soon. She recently confessed that their divorce was the result of more than just them being unable to decide where to live, although she said that she didn't want to say any more than that. Teresa stated that they didn't know each other well enough when they got married. One of the biggest problems with the Bachelor franchise shows is the isolation that the leads and the contestants experience. It makes it so much easier for them to get sucked into the fantasy world of the show. Often, when they have their hometown dates, their family members pull them back down to earth and help them to make more rational decisions. Although it was meant to be a joke, it would have been good for Teresa as she had someone like her grandson who would have given her his honest opinions about Jerry throughout the season. It would have been even better if a trusted adult such as her son or her daughter, or a close friend, could have been there to help guide her through the entire process. Having Henry as her secret advisor during the Golden Bachelor might have saved Teresa a whole lot of heartache. Teresa Nist had hoped her time on the Golden Bachelor would end with love, laughter, and a lifetime of cherished memories. Instead, it culminated in heartbreak, a tarnished public image, and endless speculation about what really happened between her and Jerry Turner. The heartbreak wasn't just losing Jerry. It was losing herself in the whirlwind of emotions, cameras, and rose ceremonies. But now, after months of reflection and surprising revelations, Teresa has admitted she had a key piece of wisdom waiting in the wings all along. In an exclusive interview with Bachelor Nation Weekly, Teresa confessed that if she could go back in time, she'd appoint her best friend, Barbara Feldman, as her secret advisor throughout her golden journey. Barbara, a retired therapist and longtime confidant, had been quietly observing from the sidelines, offering advice Teresa often brushed aside amid the sparkle of the show. "Barbara told me from the start to watch out for the shiny things, charming words, grand gestures, and, oh, Jerry's megawatt smile," Teresa said with a rueful laugh. The beginning of the end, Teresa's Golden Bachelor experience started with hope and butterflies. From the moment she met Jerry, there was a magnetic pull that neither could deny. "I remember thinking, this man could be my forever," she shared, her voice tinged with nostalgia. Jerry, with his debonair demeanor and silver-tongued charm, seemed to embody every quality Teresa had ever dreamed of in a partner. But behind the scenes, Barbara had her doubts. She warned me about men like Jerry, Teresa admitted. Barbara always said, charm can be a mask. Look for the man behind the sparkle. Teresa, however, was swept up in the fairy tale atmosphere of the mansion, ignoring her friend's cautious words. As the show progressed, cracks began to form in Jerry's polished exterior. There were moments when I felt he wasn't being entirely genuine, Teresa said, her brow furrowing. But I convinced myself I was overthinking it. The betrayal. The turning point came during the final weeks of filming. Teresa had given Jerry her heart, only to feel it shatter when he chose another contestant during the final rose ceremony. It wasn't just that he picked someone else, she said, tears welling in her eyes. It was the way he did it. So cold, so detached, as if all the moments we shared meant nothing. Teresa's heartbreak was compounded by the public backlash. Jerry's carefully curated image as a kind, romantic soul clashed with Teresa's portrayal as overly emotional and clingy. I felt like I was being painted as the villain in my own love story, she said. Barbara was there to pick up the pieces, offering support and a healthy dose of I told you so. She reminded me that I deserved someone who could see my worth, not just someone who was good at making grand gestures for the cameras, Teresa said. Barbara's wisdom. Looking back, Teresa realizes how invaluable Barbara's perspective would have been during the show. Barbara has this uncanny ability to see through people's facades, she said. If I'd had her as my secret advisor, she would have helped me stay grounded. Barbara's advice wasn't just about spotting red flags. It was about staying true to oneself. She always says, don't lose your voice trying to please someone else, Teresa shared. And that's exactly what I did with Jerry. I was so focused on being the woman I thought he wanted that I forgot to just be me. The aftermath. In the months following the show, Teresa has worked hard to rebuild her confidence and her reputation. She's been candid about her experience, using her platform to speak out about the pressures of reality TV and the importance of self-love. I've learned that my worth isn't defined by whether or not someone gives me a rose, she said. Barbara has been instrumental in Teresa's healing journey, helping her unpack the emotional baggage left behind by the show. She's taught me that heartbreak is a lesson, not a failure, Teresa said. A different approach. If Teresa had a chance to do it all over again, she said she'd bring Barbara along as her secret advisor, sneaking her wisdom into the process at every turn. Barbara would have asked the tough questions I was too afraid to ask, she said. She would have reminded me to trust my gut, to pay attention to the little things Jerry did or didn't do. Teresa believes that Barbara's influence would have changed the trajectory of her journey. Maybe I wouldn't have ended up with Jerry, but I would have stayed true to myself, she said. Moving forward. Today, Teresa is focused on the future. She started a podcast, Golden Lessons, where she shares her insights and interviews other women about love, loss, and resilience. Barbara is a frequent guest, offering her trademark wisdom and wit. Our conversations have been so healing, not just for me, but for our listeners too, Teresa said.